Whatever you're doing, just make sure that you continue to apply pressure. You don't have to be disrespectful. You don't have to be combative. You don't have to be confrontational. All you have to do is just apply pressure when necessary. If you're a music artist, get in the studio, get to the recording, make it happen. Just make it happen. That's all it is. It's not being able to limit yourself and making sure that you are as free as you possibly can be. A lot of y'all I'm not gonna understand that because as talented as you are, you're afraid to take the risk. We're live on set. And yes, we are gonna be discussing every strategy. How do you all the multiple ways you can execute and the people that you're going to definitely need of a certainty. We're here. Have you ever been caught talking and someone say, not to cut you off because they want to get their thought out? You say, not to cut you off, but you cut me off. Hmm. We're live on set with Irvin. Yeah, we're discussing strategy, the execution, the teamwork. I am in week two. I'm in week two, back to school. And I'm going to tell you right now, though, it's reminding me that scheduling. I mean, listen, I've been mapping out a wild schedule to see how far I can actually go, what my body's even capable of doing. Because I've been, recording, as I tell you guys, wake up 4:30 in the morning, attitude of gratitude. Thank the higher powers to be able to breathe. Couple of aches and pains here and there. That's life. At 5 o'clock, should be dressed. Now, yes, it's hoodie season, y'all, and even though I'm wearing my hoodie, I got some nice fly apparel at the school as well. So if I do need to switch off, oh, trust and believe, I'm definitely still, JB 43, to the grizzle. Um, I, 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 um, I get, I get the recording around 5:30 ish, give or take. Give myself a decent amount of time, if not over about a half an hour, give or take. Sometimes it goes longer. Last night it was shorter. Do that. I'm already just turn everything off. I would take the footage, I would put it on the computer, upload it, then drop it into Dropbox. After it's dropped into Dropbox, I clear it off my computer. I clear it from my camera, put the cameras back where they belong. So if I need to come right back in here and get going, I can get going. Put the batteries on chargers, even though the other ones are already charged. I'm just using that as just telling you the steps. And step out, go do the job, do what I got to do, connect the dots there. When I'm traveling back, if I'm not doing any quick editing, coming and going, coming in here, gearing up, going into class. After class, well, showering, of course, you ain't got to change clothes. Got to change clothes. Don't not walk back in your house from being out and not wash your ass. I think that's very, very distasteful. When you go out and you sit on trains and buses and classrooms and in parks, don't you walk yourself back into your bedroom? And sit on your bed? And then, oh, we holistic, we're spiritual, we're mindful, we're this, we're that. Nah, man. So when you check yourself, you have to really, really check yourself. And these are all those things that I was over at my homie house the other day, and I walked in longer, like more steps than usual, and she turns around and says, "You have your sneakers on." Man, I kicked those sneakers off so quick. I was just standing like, okay, my bad. You have to know how to treat people's space. Be very, very mindful of how you deal with people in their space. A lot of people say that they care about people, but then when it comes to actually being mindful of how to deal with them in real time, it's not always a good approach. It's not a healthy approach. So with me being able to, you know, change clothes, go to get into class. Luckily, it's on Zooms, because it's the world we still living in. We have this luxury now, and go through class. If there's any homework, any last minute one twos I need to fine tune, I just start working towards it, gearing myself up already. Cause still figuring out it's only week 2, but I'm telling you right now though, between the kids and then the travel and the kids even on the traveling. You know what I'm saying? This is a group of just back to just New York. After the class is over, come down, shoot an episode. If not, I recalibrate for the morning where I'm definitely shooting an episode. So last night I shot an episode after 9, and then now shooting an episode and it's um after 4. It's actually after 5, but I'm giving you the idea of me getting up. You have to get up, you have to set up. I'll be up at 3:30. Sometimes 3:30. But if not, by 4:30, attitude of gratitude, regardless. And being mindful of the repeat process, because in between that you have to pay attention to your family, and you got friends, and you got loved ones, and you got your kids, you have your spouse, you got so many people that you have to be somewhat mindful and attentive to. And you have to also be mindful of what you say and how you say it and who you even saying it to. Because I've come to also realize that a lot of folks are not good with holding information, and they don't even know when to just listen to great things and always want to see the other side. Oh, don't be this and don't be greedy and don't go for what you really, really want. Be partial. Out of here, man. Nobody got time for that. No one has time to be mediocre. No one has time to say that, hey, they have artists that they don't have no paperwork on. No one has time to say that if you don't got the degrees, the credentials, the right to have a voice, be like the Notorious B.I.G. Sit back and take notes. Take notes. Sometimes, and I'm glad that some receive it, because a couple of my people's already done told me, yo, when I get on the phone with you, I pull out my notepad. I'm like, oh yeah? Because I know you're gonna say something that I could jot down that's gonna assist me in moving forward. I've been working really, really hard to not combat with people, because I also realize that where I'm going and what I'm doing, is not the same. We don't even work the same. We don't contribute to society the same. And I catch myself sometimes by people themselves and others compare me and putting me in the same bracket. Like I told y'all before, man, with my homeboy, you know what I mean? Him posting uh some of his homegirls at an event and talking about, oh, I'll take this 5 against any of your 5. And again, I had to tell you guys, I chuckled at it hard, because I know picking 5 out of that is ridiculous, hard enough. And when you realize the different caliber of men and women and children, and everyone's not equal. As much as we want everyone to be a part of everything, everyone's not going to be able to understand that altitude. They can never understand what it's like when you start doing this. How? They can't. They can't even fathom what that even feels like. I tell everyone, you want to know if people are serious? You want to know the difference between the people you may be around? It's really one question. It's only one question. If we all was at the top of a cliff and we all had parachutes, would you take the jump? If we all was at the top of a cliff and all had parachutes attached to us, would you take the jump? I have some that'll say, I don't know about that. I have some that'll say, does our life depend on it? Because if your life depends on it, you're damn near do anything. And you have some who'll be like, my life don't depend on it. I'm not jumping off no cliff. And then you have people like us that'll say, hell yeah, GoPro attached to me, take the leap because I want to know what it feels like. I want to know what experiences is like. I want to know what it's like to take the leap because you'll be surprised. A lot of people will stand there and just enjoy the view while still having anxiety standing up there. They're never gonna know what it's like to be free, to really, really let go. To say that you took the risk or you lose the chance. That's why I don't want to have the conversation with people who are trying to speed in these small, mediocre vehicles versus someone who's flying by in a S class or flying by in a Lamborghini or Ferrari or something of that caliber, or flying by in that new 2025 Range Rover I believe I saw on the Belt Parkway. Some of my homeboys to tell you straight up. Shout out to Cat Daddy. Y'all don't move at the same speed. It's not about how much money you got. It's about who you are as a man. Don't move at the same speed. If your car don't go over 170, we are not even having the same conversation. Refocus, recalibrate. 140, 160 is just not enough when you're in a straightaway. It's you in the road. And as we tell you guys every time, the quality of your living is based entirely upon your ability. And you have to have the ability to be able to do several things. You have to have the ability to be able to push forward regardless. And a lot of people, like I tell you guys, be mindful who you speak to about what you have going on. Everyone does not need to know everything. And even your closest people. And you know who to express it to because when you speak about it, they add to it. They breathe more life into it. Or shout out to those who just automatically breathe life into their friends' ideas. Their friends that say something and you just start adding on, adding on, adding on. And they're like, damn, you just gave me mad ideas. And then they recalibrate. That's what I'm talking about. It's far and it's near. You just have to be able to sit back and take the notes and figure out what's what and come to a conclusion of what you really, really want, what you deserve, how you need to get there. And once you know what you have to do, don't stop until you get it done. We're live on set and we will be back. Trust and believe that. Yeah. You love creating, you love music, and you deserve to have a studio that works for you, not the other way around. That's where some entertainment comes in. Guys, they're unapologetically dedicated to doing it right from the start. Some Law knows every project is unique. They'll set you up with a smart budget plan that's built around your vision. They're with you every step of the way, checking in, guiding, making sure you're always on track, if you know what I mean. With us, no more struggling between the wants and the needs. Get what's essential so you can focus on what matters. Hey, Governor trusted, and it's simple. They care about bringing your ideas to life. Photo shoots, headshots, videos, music production. Someone has experience to bring your vision out of your head and into the world. Don't wait any longer, yeah? Call us and take the next step to sharing what you've been dreaming of. And I'll see you in the studio. Yeah.
They say your hard head make a soft ass, so I make an attempt to keep myself grounded to the pavement and maintain with class. Please, I'm not concerned if this freedom lasts, as long as I can skirt away 200 on a dash. Not concerned with all of the carbon copies. Remind me of paparazzi taking the shots at me. You can tell these rappers are lying with just the way they look. I'm in your place like my space for a second look. Long gone, you walk ahead to love it. Just make sure if you wanna get close to me, line up your budget. Either way, that's how the story goes. Need I expose every hoe individual coming down the road. The industry changed up so much, it seemed to be the realest thing got cold. Facts and even scorched, throughout the globe. Forgive me cause I no longer know how to adapt to big and attached to none of these adolescents that be yapping as if they making it
Now let's get something very, very clear. I need all of us to be on the same page with this. Don't always try to fix the problem. Whatever you do, I don't care if you love them, I don't care how much you love them. There's a time and a place for everything. And I'm not saying don't go out there and don't help people anymore. That's not what I'm saying. But people have to be held, they have to be held accountable. All of us. And when I say all of us, that includes me as well. Irvin needs to be accountable of Irvin's actions and what Irvin needs to do. Irvin can't blame it on his partner. Irvin can't blame it on his kids. Irvin can't blame it on his friends, his associates. Irvin can't blame it on anyone but himself. That's it. So Irvin can't be going out there aiming to help everyone and don't even have any full understanding of what Irvin wants for himself. Can't help everybody. And when people believe that you can always help them, or you're gonna help them, and you're gonna assist, because you see what I just said, and right before, you know what I'm saying, shout out to those who hear ideas and add to it. But sometimes when you hear the idea and you start adding to it, they can be overwhelmed. And some people who aren't strong enough, they will shut down. And when they shut down, that idea that they had, remember, like I told you guys from before, you are on a clock. That means that if you tell me an idea and you don't stay consistent with it and it works, it will be tried. There will be a trial. Yeah. That's why I said be very, very mindful of what you say to people and who you say it to. Because even though they're your friends, doesn't mean that they're not going to say, thank you. And when you give your ideas and your intellectual property to people, make sure you give it to people that actually matter. Oh, and I forgot to say, and we're back live on set with Irvin, where we are here discussing strategies, how we can execute, and who we rocking with. Teamwork make the dream work. I was supposed to say that. But yeah, it's going to be solely on me. I have to have self-control over every situation, whether I like it or not. knowing when to deal, knowing when to deal, knowing when to give, knowing when to take. Because just because they're giving it to me doesn't mean I want it. When someone's saying something to you, even if you disagree, you're allowed to have your opinion and speak on it. But what's also good about it, you could tell when you got to the next level, you're able to say, yo, I appreciate that information. Thank you. I'm gonna look into that definitely. It does a couple of things. It lets the other person know that you're not on defense or the offense. You're not trying to like counter off and feel a certain way about people just being honest with you. That's the alarm. And it also lets them know that what they said was received. It allowed them to be able to still feel that they can still speak to you moving forward. But sometimes you want to really, really modify what you take. Oh, thank you for giving that, but you know what? That's not gonna in your head. It's not gonna work. You just don't rock with it. Don't deal with it. But always make others feel as if what they're actually saying, as if they actually have a voice. Because once they know they have a voice, even the things that they may be inspired from you, they may be able to take it and move to the next level. But when you do for people, they need to be able to reciprocate that they receive the love and appreciation of who you are. Because I got a lot of my people out there who may love and they love hard. And they give their last and they take the shirt off their back. And as much as it sounds admirable, it's disgusting. Hmm. So you love creating, you love music, and you deserve to have a studio that works for you, not the other way around. That's where some law comes in. These guys, they're unapologetically dedicated to doing it right from the start. Some law knows every project is unique. They'll set you up with a smart budget plan that's built around your vision. They're with you every step of the way, checking in, guiding, making sure you're always on track. With us, there's no more struggling between wants and needs. They get what's essential so you can focus on what matters. Hey, the governor trusted, and it's simple. They care about bringing your ideas to life. So, photo shoots, headshots, videos, music production, Some Law has the experience to bring your vision out of your head and into the world. Don't wait any longer. Call us and take the next step to share what you've been dreaming of. And I'll see you guys in the studio.
I'll explain to you clearly. I don't have time to play around. I'm in your motherfucking ear like yeah. Doesn't even matter if it makes sense, just know that I'm clear. Tell me what the flavor is, I'll tell you what the business is. Keep it gunning while I'm running down the strip, man. I check a deuce at the river dead, I'm ready to go. Now I'm analyzing where I ran wrong, now I'm gone even further than before. Doing this is number one to the stove. I think you recognize it's a year 94, feel more like 84. True to staying true to what I do, you better know, go and ask them all. Check my resume, cause I've been random in the streets in every motherfucking way that if you look back, try to make something out of nothing, you end up questioning what's going on here like. Got no time to play, that's why I stay up on the move in every possible way. Majority all stuck inside your own box, acting like you really want it, but you really don't. That means you're not going to make it happen. Why should I do it?
They'll lose it all. They will lose it all. Hey Siri, set my alarm for 28 minutes. They'll lose it all. They'll lose it all. Give it all away. Exhaust themselves to the highest. See, I come to realize that like it's true. The time is gonna go by regardless. So what you put the time into, that's gonna show in time. It has to show. It's gonna show. You don't know how it's going to look when it happens, but just know it's going to happen. If you have faith and you have belief in yourself first and foremost, and not tolerating no and not being disrespectful to yourself first and foremost. I'm telling you guys all the time, that's what life's all about right now. That's where Earth's at. I'm never going to risk my integrity and or my respect personally to satisfy anybody. My lady, my daughter, my friends, family, brother, sister, nobody. Nobody. Only person they say you should fear is the higher power. But right here, like that word say, will be at your sole responsibility, risk, cost, and expense, regardless of whether or not you make this work. It will be at your sole responsibility, risk, cost, and expense. That's why we tell you artists or you creators, be very, very careful. It's better that if you have something that's solid, that's an amazing idea, I'd rather you take the time and the years that it take for it to look the way it needs to than you just moving off of anxiously just ready to just let the world hear something or get something or have a sample of something and it's not done right. And like everybody else and everything else, it just go withering away. It wasn't done right. You didn't do it right. If you did it right, you would know, feel, see, smell, taste the difference. I'm telling you, you will. You have to understand that this game is not fair. This game is not fair. So when you do for people, do for people. But in your core, like I told you guys before, your core requirements, you have to make sure that you understand what you're doing, why you're doing it, how you're doing it, and also understand that whatever you let go, don't expect it back. If people ask for a favor or a loan, or they say, hey, can I borrow? Even if they say, I'll pay you back next week, give it away if you decide to, and don't look back for it. Don't expect it. Don't wait for it. Don't call. Don't ask for it. Don't DM. Don't be silent and start hating on a person because they didn't follow suit. Because life. And life be lifing. And everybody got excuses. And when people need it, they always there. But once they got it, they don't need you. That goes to show you exactly where it's at. That's why those daily check-ins are important. Because then you come to realize that your associates is not in your circle. And your circle is no longer a circle because it's a dot. It's a very big dot, but it's a certain amount of people that you allow to be in your atmosphere, your stratosphere, your quasar. And everyone's gonna have to be responsible for themselves at the end of the day. And I don't want to hear about, and that's I don't want to hear about these black female artists, creators talking about they want to get to the next level. You attempt to put them right in the middle of Essence Fest, right in the middle of essence to be able to navigate with the world, and they don't take on opportunities with their own kind. Some of y'all not ready. I've invited several people to several different types of events to make some of the best connects that you possibly can make in real time for as fast as the world's going and the shortest attention span as it continues to grow with everybody. It's not about getting up with people and saying, hey, 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 I love what you do, man. Please have a picture. It's yo, peace, yo. My name is such and such, man. I love what you do. Or yo, God bless. Yo, thank you for what you do. You know what I mean? For the for the contribution to film, to music, to the culture, to hip hop, to R&B. Give people their flowers in real time when you see them. Let them know what you do. If you have a short amount of time, please let you know I love what you do. If you don't mind, please, can I just pass you my card? This is what I do. I would love to show you more about what I got going on. If it's like that, yo, again, yo, thank you. God bless. Yo, much love. Keep it doing what you got to do. And if you're really, really a good fan of them, when you see certain people, be mindful of what they have going on that's late. If I ran into Kevin Hart, if I ran into Terrence Howard or somebody, or Taraji, I'd be like, yo, that fight night joint, Samuel Jackson, still to this day, the top 5 in the world. Such an amazing man, yo. Shout out to Samuel Jackson, man. I mean, an amazing individual, man. An amazing individual. And I don't know if I never told the story though, but me and my boy B and a couple of my homies, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Cujo as well. You know, we used to work at this nomadic museum. I think it was Gregory Colbert, I believe. Ashes and Snow Nomadic Museum, long time ago. We were like fire guards, but you just basically stand up all day. You stand up at an exit. People don't come out this exit. People don't pass you. The only way they would pass you is if it's emergency, because you would bust the door open and people would evacuate. Only if it's an emergency. It's in New York. And this was when, I mean, it's right there by the pier. Shout out to everybody over there. And you walk up this long strip and it got this nice vibe, some nice ambiance. And Gregory Colbert was traveling, taking pictures with, you know, people with animals, having close, intimate reactions, swimming with elephants and all types of beautiful shots with animals and the safari and in the jungle. And we would have a bunch, I mean, it's New York and it's popular. So what happens when it's popular? All the celebrities come, everybody's coming back and forth, of course. And I see Samuel Jackson coming down, right? Walking down. And I say, oh, shit, Samuel Jackson. And he says, where? And he looking around like, he look at me and say, you know, Samuel Jackson here? And kept on walking. What's wrong with this dude? And I stood there like, oh, yo, Samuel Jackson just played me. And I liked it. That was fire. He blew me off so quick, like, yo, wait. Looked at me like, cause Samuel Jackson here? I was like, oh, banged on me, yo. Went down there, because you have to go down and then have your experience with it, and then you come back up and then you leave. So it's one way in, one way out. That's how it's supposed to go. Like an artwork, view it, come back, look on the other side. Phenomenal artist in there as well. Beautiful location. And when he came back, I saw him come back up, and I'm standing, because you have to stand there, you know, stand at that to exit. He's come back up, and he walked past everybody. He walked past everybody and walked right up to me and said, hi, I'm Samuel Jackson. Man, I grabbed that man so fast, like, oh, don't play with me. Oh, man, and to be able to give him his flowers and his appreciation and his respect. If I was to see him, I could be able to go back to a moment in time that I had a moment, a crossing with him. It was only less than 30 seconds in total. Him passing by, and then him actually, that quick moment, and then him coming by quickly acknowledging me and be like, just saying thank you, and telling me to keep on doing what I'm doing, and like just basically keep on doing what I'm doing. And it's small things like that where all you got to do is just hear someone, the right person, say to you, "Hey," pat you on the shoulder, keep doing what you're doing, even if they don't know what you're doing, but your energy resonates enough that they know you're doing something. And if you do whatever you're doing, trust and believe you'll cross paths with them. So I mentioned Samuel Jackson again because when you see people and you acknowledge them and you acknowledge what they're doing that's current, they're able to say, yeah, you know what? Yeah, you are an actual fan. It's not like that person that went up on the baby and said he said yo man, I'm a big fan of yours. And the baby said, well yeah, it was one of my songs. And the homeboy was like, I think he named Rowdy Richardson. The baby said, and closed that up on him. I was like, yo, ridiculous. Some people don't really know who you are. Some people don't really know. All they know, they see a lot of people saying, oh, that's such and such. And they be like, hey, can I get a picture? You don't even know who that is. You people are saying, oh my God, I don't want Trump in the office. And I'm not getting into politics. I'm just saying this. Oh my God, I don't want Trump in the office. But then I'm going to go take pictures at an event with all Trump supporters. And they don't know who you are. And you up there posting up on social media, letting the world see basically who you connected to or who you're around. But just because you're around them doesn't mean they f with you. Doesn't mean that they know you. Doesn't mean that if anything happened, they're going to be worried about you. They're not. The same way they take care of their own, be mindful how much you take care of your own. And I mean, really be mindful of how much you take care of your own. Because a lot of you guys ain't owning in on what you really supposed to be focused on. You be focused on everybody and everything else because you hate to disappoint. Get comfortable with disappointing people because even if they ask 1,000 times and you give that time that they ask and you're not able to, and they flame on you like that or they treat you a certain way, that was a lesson you needed to learn to be able to navigate. You're allowed to give. But remember, make sure that your cup is pouring over because you have to stay filled in order to be able to give. Your battery on your phone is not going to be charged up. Your battery on your iPhone is not going to be at 10, 12, 15, 55%. And you saying, yo, I want to go out there into the world and give to everybody. It doesn't work that way. It just doesn't. And the harsh reality is, learn this early. I say this to all of y'all. And I'm talking about learn this early. My peoples who are in their 50s and 40s and 30s and 20s, it's the same thing. The same rules apply. The same rules apply. Believe that. We're live on set. And we over here figuring out a lot of things. And as I tell you guys, I'm saying stay focused. As the great philosopher E. Johnson would say, do it to your heart content. Believe that. We're live on set. It's Earth. And until the next time, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing what you do, as Sam Jackson would say. Peace.